a 6-year-old girl killed by a speeding driver. And then add insult to injury. Okay? The perp insults the victim to cops. Integrity. Andrew Everett, a North Carolina man, struck and killed a 6-year-old girl while speeding past her house. Everett was charged with involuntary manslaughter, reckless driving, speeding for the December 29th crash. The victim, 6-year-old Joselin Perez Hernandez. Hernandez's family said she was playing near the sidewalk in front of her home in Cary just before noon when the vehicle struck her. A newly released search warrant from cops revealed Everett had marijuana, drug paraphernalia in his car, was driving up to 15 miles over the speed limit. According to the warrant, Everett said, "I'm not sure why this investigation is taking more than 5 minutes. It wasn't my fault. No one was watching her, and she jumped out in front of me." He then said the R word. That R word. It's unclear if the little girl was disabled. Daily Mail with the disturbing language, the details. I'd be pretty distraught if it was a complete accident. Is that how you talk after you just end the life of a 6-year-old? Images show the crash. Blue Honda Fit Police said Everett was driving at the time of the accident. Vehicle was seen with damage to the right front side and a cracked windshield. Everett claimed the child jumped out in front of him. But police noted a lack of skid marks on the road, suggesting he did not even try to brake. So she's gone. And this is what you're doing in short proximity to the time of the accident. She's now a superhero who leapt in front of the vehicle, killing herself. Really? Police said Everett showed a lack of remorse, had a delayed reaction to the crash, and was impatient during the investigation. 6-year-old was taken to Wake Med Cary Hospital with brain and spine injuries, but passed shortly after. Everett's being held in the Wake County Jail under a $26,000 bond. His next court date is scheduled for January 22. Jackson. Even horrific accidents can happen to anyone. Sometimes there is no fault. A lot of times there is. In either scenario, can you imagine behaving like that?
No, I mean, he strikes me as somebody that if he didn't do this, he would eventually end up in prison for probably something similar. I mean, to say that reveals he ain't got nothing to live for. He's not pursuing anything. He probably doesn't think very highly of his own life whatsoever. So, I mean, if you can be that callous about running over a 6-year-old, again, I think that he's headed where he inevitably would have been sooner, much sooner than later. There are definitely people out there that, they need to be in prison, and he's one of them. Very heartbreaking story. I mean, she was too young to even have started her life at all. So, I mean, he's going where he should be.
Can't imagine being that little girl's mother. I can't imagine it. And within seconds, this is what you're saying. Calling her the R word. Who uses that anymore? Well, there are a few people, and they mostly are on the right. And then saying she leapt in front of the vehicle, killing herself. I would have more respect, and the bar is very low at this point. More respect if you just didn't say anything and said, just look distraught, have sense enough to look distraught and say, I think I need to speak to a lawyer. To me, that sounds callous, but not as callous now that we know the details of this. I'll give you the last word, Jackson.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely everything about how he handled it is going to be really easy for the jury to make a decision about his character and who he is. Like you said, if it really was an accident, then you would think you'd be distraught about it. But this guy's disgusting.
Yeah.
He's really a lowlife.
Like he sized this child up just like that, as much as the fatal accident happened in a split second, and said she's not worth it. She's not even worth it. Why is this taking so long? Get me out of here. Go away. So you can be judged now. We'll see if the jury takes any time to deliberate, or if they, just decide, you're out of here.